Hey guys, Matt here. This is my review of The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent. This movie is directed by Tom Gormican, who previously directed That Awkward Moment. This movie stars Nicolas Cage and Pedro Pascal. The plot of this movie is Nicolas Cage stars as the one man we've always dreamt about. The one role we've always wanted to see him in. He stars as Nicolas Cage. And he's in a lull in his career. He needs something to put him back on top, to re-energize his acting. And he's told by his agent that this huge fan of his is offering him a bunch of money to appear at a birthday party. And at first he's reluctant, but he decides to do it. And once that happens, we then get a role from Nicolas Cage and an experience in his lifetime that we've never seen before. Full of action, danger, espionage, and sadness. It's one hell of a ride. Woo! Get ready for it. So this review isn't going to be a long one, and it's not a negative. It's only because this movie is not very complicated. It's really going to be just me praising Nicolas Cage. Because this movie is everything you wanted it to be. It's Nicolas Cage embracing the fact that he's now achieved this status, a lot like Bill Murray, Jeff Goldblum, Christopher Walken, Ryan Reynolds, and others, where they're no longer really acting in their roles. They don't really, camouflage themselves or put on this mask of actors. They just do what they do while the director films them. And that's what we get here with The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent. We get Nicolas Cage embracing the fact that he's had this 30-year career of playing all these different roles that people have made fun of, people have idolized, people have cherished, and he plays on that. And it kind of makes you wonder if this movie would have been different had it been like a straightforward plot or something silly, and then Nick Cage, just uses all his acting ability to try to make it his own. But I'm kind of glad they didn't go that route with this film. They went with it where Nicolas Cage is in on the jokes. So he's over the top in some scenes, he's in on the sense of humor, all the things that we've wanted from Nicolas Cage, he also wants, and he gives us that and more. Now, as far as the acting goes in this movie, Nicolas Cage is really good. I would say he gives it his all, but most of the movie, he's in on the joke that he's playing himself, and he's having a good time. That's one thing I'll praise this movie very highly for, is it's like everyone in this movie is having fun, and they're enjoying themselves. It kind of makes you wonder if this movie would have been different if Nicolas Cage was given a script of like a serious, straightforward movie, and we just enjoyed, his take on certain roles and certain characters. But here, he knows he's the center of attention, and he kind of leans into certain character tropes and certain caricatures and things that he's done in the past, but it's all in good fun because he's having a really good time, whether it's the serious scenes or fun or sad moments. He's in on it. He knows what he's doing. He's a professional. A lot of people like to give him slack and make fun of him for his roles, but he's a dedicated actor, and you can see that here. Pedro Pascal is just wonderful. It's like him and Nicolas Cage are having so much fun on set, and you can really tell in certain scenes. There's moments where they're in a car together and they decide to make a movie while on certain substances, and it's just really enjoyable. The only issue I've had with Pedro Pascal's character is in certain scenes, his face that he makes when he's reacting to certain things that Nick or others do is a little confusing because he doesn't know if he's supposed to be like happy and smiling or sad or concerned. But again, that's me nitpicking. You can look past that. The supporting cast is okay, just because they're not in the movie a whole lot. There's a scene where Nicolas Cage gets approached by CIA agents because they suspect something, and they're played by Tiffany Haddish and Ike Barinholtz. Now, Tiffany Haddish, she's okay. Ike Barinholtz, I'm glad he's still working since his Mad TV days, but they do something with those characters where in the third act of the movie, it's like they can't figure out what to do with them, or they've just outgrown their usefulness, and so they're no longer in the movie in certain circumstances. And it's like, okay. They started this plot line with Nicolas Cage, and now they can't really finish it. Granted, it gives the movie gravitas and some drama, which is something I liked about this film, is that it doesn't always have fun, carefree, silly Nicolas Cage. There's a moment in the film where things turn dramatic, but it's good because you get to see all the different aspects and all the different acting ranges that Nicolas Cage can provide to us. You have the happy, silly, funny, and then you have the serious, aggressive, dramatic. And it's all a good time. This movie rides the line between genius comedy and really, really stupid stuff. But it's okay because you're enjoying yourself. If you're a fan of Nicolas Cage, you're really going to enjoy this movie because he's in on the joke. He makes fun of himself, but also we're there to laugh along with him. If you're not a fan of Nicolas Cage, and you're going to think this is the silliest and dumbest thing ever, but you're still going to have a good time. It's Nicolas Cage. It's impossible not to enjoy yourself. So because of that, I'm going to give The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent a B. It's Nicolas Cage. What's not to love? So until next time, guys, see ya.